Okay, with the daily charts, the market has been bullish all year long. So, and I was looking at this daily bearish fair value gap as a region I want price to come and trade into because we have relative equal highs here. My my gold protocol is very simple. It's it's not hard. I have this. Now look for London liquidity. Yep. Look for London liquidity. Okay. for my for my trading strategy on gold, I would always demand that the previous session high is taken by taken after 8 a.m. or at the beginning of New York session, which is 7. At the beginning of New York session. So I would really prefer that the London high or the London low or the London liquidity is being swept not very early. That way I'm more confident in what I'm looking for. So I want this liquidity to be swept anytime from here. That way then I would go into the price and make more informed decision. I don't want the liquidity to be swept early. Like now, from the chart, this got swept during London break, which is 520. It was just a sweep, and you can see price retracing down, which is what I would look for. I want that sweep of the previous session liquidity, and at least price should trade back into the 50% leg of that price of that session leg of the swing. So if we don't have that, we already had the sweep early prior to New York, and now we're selling off this. There's literally nothing I'm going to do. There's nothing for me to engage. That's just what I demand from price, and it's what I'm used to. It's even here. This is 15 to 1 minute, but now I basically focus on 3 minutes. I don't know why. I just prefer it. Less news, less noise. It's clean. Not much volatility. Not much. Just clean. It's clean. Then I'll look for previous session liquidity to be taken during New York. I think I should expand this more. During New York. Then I'll look for lower time frame market structure shift. Then I'll look for a unicorn entry or a breaker, or I'll just trade off a fair value gap. And like now, you can see we've taken it here. This is the last high fall of this price leg. This is the last swing low. This is the last down consecutive candles before price surge high, and we have this impulsive break confirming a market structure shift. And if you mark out all of this down close candle, that would be our breaker block. Nice. Looks nice, looks clean. And there is a fair value gap. So it makes it high probability. So this is like a unicorn entry. And it's going nice. So all of this is just afterthoughts. There's nothing it doesn't carry any weight because it's playing out and you can easily say yes. You know what you're looking for is there. But we were on stream yesterday. If you look at the highest high of this price leg, the entire price leg, well, I always look for the previous session price leg and I'll just want market to get to the 50% level. Even if there's gonna be a bullish continuation, at least I know it's going to come all the way for the 50% level the of the market. That is always very certain. And yesterday, the same thing, the same protocol called it, same thing I'm always looking for. London high, London low, 50% of the price leg. I didn't get tagged in early on, but later tagged in the trade. We had a good displacement, however, price retraced and took us out, and it was just going higher. And that made me to kind of like go back and do some backtests and see how price would deliver on days when the setup is invalidated. I'm still taking my data on that. On Tuesday, we're looking for the same protocol. It's the same thing. Doesn't change. Does the same thing. London, high, low. Got a sweep. We got traded through, traded down, displacement, breaker, fair value gap. Uh, we didn't get filled on the breaker. I had my entry there, but you can see prices displayed off. On Monday, London high, London low. We had this was 7 a.m. That was when we got the run for that high, marked out 8:30. This would be our break block. Right, yeah. It wasn't very clean, but you could see the move was there. And like I always want, so I want 50% price leg of the range. As you can see, the market price got there nice and clean. And if you pick the entire leg, we still had that. So if you're looking at this, you're taking your short entry after this body candle closure, stop loss, but I still have 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. Look for the 50% of this price leg, that's small, so it's just the same thing I'm looking for. And I was really skeptical about coming online because I already checked and I saw that I had my previous session liquidity taken out during the London launch, something like that. And I didn't really like that, so I wasn't really key on looking for anything to engage with price. But it was good to be able to come and see everything work out and there is know that there is um, there is the narrative I want as a backup. Yeah, that the narrative I want the market to always present to me is viable. So, and all of this gives gives not just you knowing that you can trade or you want to come and trade, but yeah, it tells a lot that it is there. It is there. The market is there. It's gonna give if you stay true to it, if you follow the strategy, yeah, there are days you're gonna win, you're gonna lose some. Like yesterday, yesterday was a loss. I took a life on stream during the stream, so and it felt right, respecting the market. If it's going to give the delivery, it is going to give it. If it is not going to give that delivery, it is not going to give it. So and it's just nice to see it play out. And right now, I can also see that even if we already had the sweep early, but we still revisit that same high again, just like Monday's peer price action, then you still get that little piece of that little piece that you want to get from the market. You can always get it if you stay true to it, if you observe and you're diligent about it. So yeah. Uh, then I would always look at the triads for wow, a lot of lines. A lot of lines. Yeah, I marked out this fair value gap. We had let's do this. We had some kind of SMT earlier. And that was why I was looking for shorts I think on Tuesday, which was really nice. But I didn't get an entry. And right now we've closed this fair value gap. Currently trading through it. Uh, Other people look at silver against gold, but I'd always use USD, Euro, and Pound. So just do those little correlation once in a while. You can see we're trading off. We can always get to midnight. This is a key time in price. Midnight open. Can always get there and give a reversal. Can always get and give a reversal. I'll just stay for a couple of more minutes. Initially, our first price level for take profit has been 8. That's if I was going to even take a trade. But I'll just wait a couple of more minutes, see if we're going to trade up until midnight open. If we do that, then I'll close the stream straight up. I'll mark out that level. I don't want price to get to that place again. If I was in this trade, I would not want price to revisit this high for any reason, either weak through it or anything. I want price to revisit this high. So I just look for price to run, and it's almost time for equity open, which is 9:30. So that could bring in some form of volatility into the market, and we'll see how price grows from there. See how price goes from there. And I'll always look at, okay, while this is just playing out, I'll just check here. Briefly on NQ, I'll go to a much higher time frame, say 1 hour, 30 minutes. So let's just take it from the daily. Would I say we've shifted structure on the daily? I would not infer that. We have this low that resists swept. Nothing serious about that. So it's possible that would get a continuation. We have this. Too deep. We have this gap. Previous weekly opening gap. The price gapped up, traded up, came back, closed, sweep this close, and traded back right now. And we didn't give a closure through, and we're trading inside, and it's currently rejecting off of that previous week opening gap. We have this bunch of buy side liquidity that is left relatively equal highs, and it's SMT with all the correlated asset pair ES and YM. ES and YM are taking those highs. Yep, sticking those highs. This one's that's some form of SMT. And there was supposed to be red further news today and tomorrow that got cancelled because of sure was all of the US economy being shut down. Yep, still shut down. So that got cancelled. PPI and CPI for tomorrow. CPI for today 8:30 and PPI for tomorrow 8:30 same time, but they got cancelled. Same thing happened last week for FOMC news. Sorry, NFP news that got cancelled because the government is still in recess. There's no SMT at the previous DI is something I always look for. I like SMT. It's the leading element in my strategy. Daily SMT we correlated pair, then I'll look for an hourly reversal candle, either the 7 hour or the 4 hour reversal candle. I like that. Then I'll look for an entry on the 5 minutes. So in 2 minutes, equities are going to open, it's possible that will open and would trade back up. Currently, price is below relevant opening hours or major relevant opening times. Daily open midnight, um, 8:30, and that would signify to me that we're in deep discounts, and I would want to infer that my open come down a little bit, then would will go higher. There's nothing. It's just you infer. You don't have to take it serious. And one other thing I like is there's this relative equal eyes. This is Asia, and London just came and swept it a little bit. There's something I always like to look for. Yeah, smooth edges. Yep. But we can see those eyes got poked. But let's say there's still a lot of volume there or a lot of liquidity still resting above those eyes that would be taken. Let's have that as a potential, you know, something we can look for. I'll keep the 30 minutes on this side. Maybe we'll just do NQ. We'll review NQ going forward right now. This gray shade is the new wick opening gap. We could just grade that. Yeah, just something like this. Wow. So now 9:30 is open. Let's check out our good. Okay, we have that on good. I'm gonna munch the screen, put it up for my backup. That's good. Yep, save. So just showing up and getting those data over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, and that way, um, you have narrative backing what you're always looking for. 30 minutes. Visibility. 30 minutes. That's good. So take this back to 30 minutes. That's good. Previous session. Swift. That will be during New York. Oops. Okay, so let's grab this. Uh, and we always have to respect. That's always like proper risk management. It's essential, very very essential. Okay. Alright, that is logged and that is that. But that's good. Well, I didn't take the trade, so but it was good to log all of this. It's good to log it. Like I would say, no BS, just me doing what I like to do and trying to be good at it. And yes, I got a trade yesterday, and a negative 1 hour trade, and today it's clean. Like we had perfect retracement back into the unicorn or the breaker block or the FEG, whichever whatever aligns with you, or the other block perfectly retracement. And nice delivery, retracement, delivery, retracement, delivery. It was clean. Today was clean. So uh so you want to look for a continuation from this level. You want to look for a continuation from this level. So what's this low? That would be what? Let's just deep break this. So you're looking for that to be a stop loss, and you want this to be take profits. 1 to 1.5 hours. So let's see if that's gonna play out. So come back and check later. Oops. No, no. Okay, 9:30. This is 9:30. Are we getting manipulation? If yes, that'll be good. 9:30. And it might not be manipulation, it might just be price just running lower. I don't think that's gonna be manipulation. As it looks, price is just running, it's trading low. If this leg is gonna be a Judas swing, then all of this will be my breaker. All of that will be my breaker. On the 3 minutes, anyways. Price continues to sell off. We as of right now, we're in deep discounts. For me, that's the way I say it. We're in deep discounts. So um, today is probably going to be a sell off there. Yep. Like if you're looking at the higher time frame, This is a daily time frame. We have some massive serious daily SMT. Um, I just detonated this high as a relevant high. You can even say price is not getting to this price level either on ES on NQ, but on YM we are we're executing. We've taken out those high. That's a very relevant high. It is a relevant high that was taken out. And YM had a body candle close, which signifies more bullish strength for YM compared to the other asset class. And if we take today's delivery so far, this is 1.01% on NQ. On ES, this is 0.6, 0.6 so far. On YM from the open, this is just 0.3. Like it's not much. So there's more bullish more bullish prowess to YM compared to the other asset class. And if I was going to consider bullish price delivery today, I would at least want some kind of manipulation of the previous DI, and none of them did that. So that would logically, or that would not make me want to look for, that would not make me to consider a potential bearish price delivery. But I was also given cognizance for bearish delivery because of the NWOG, which is this previous weekly open that we had there. It gave me that consideration. But it is what it is. And we might just get a sell-off just like yesterday. Yesterday was just buying. And there was no room for entry yesterday. 9:30. Okay, it was just sell-off from 9:30 open. Sell-off. It showed some form of bullishness, still sold, and went into consolidation for not very clean, not very clean. Then we bought up overnight. We opened, opened, gap down, bought up, balanced it out, ranged in the upper quadrant of that NWOG, sort of completely. So, but it's just outright sell-off to me. How many? We've done almost 150 points from midnight, from 9:30 up until now. So I would not be looking for the manipulation, this liquidity, or this relative equal highs. I'll leave that on this particular time frame, 30 minutes, as a potential level that the price can come to in the future, as a potential region the price can come for. Should I increase this to 1 hour? It doesn't get to 1 hour. Okay, so we're just selling off, and I don't like to go to 1 minute on NQ. I don't like to, or just take a peep. I prefer to stay on 5 minutes and 3 minutes. At 1 hour, 1 minute. I NQ. I don't want to always do 1 minute. There's nothing for me to say. There's nothing for me to do. We can look for price to give some form of retracement, but I don't think it's going to do any form of reversal. I don't think so. And you could just get 50 points. If one could get a 50-point scalp, 20-point scalp, that's good. But like looking for a major move, uh, I'll be totally against it. Will be totally against it. Just selling off more and more and more and more. Alright, I'll end the stream right now. There's really nothing to do.